Hi everyone, it's Nancy. Today I wanted to start a video series on how to make a tunnel book. I don't see too many tunnel books out there. I don't know if they were very popular or not, but I think they're very cool. So if you're not familiar with a tunnel book is where you take papers, you cut out shapes, the biggest one, and then smaller, and it looks like a tunnel. And you can decorate it how you would like, and they're very cool. Some of them are very 3D and thick, but for our purposes, I think a small, this is like a 6x6 paper. I made this with Tim Holtz people and paper, and I haven't finished it yet because I just wanted to get started to try it. These I use circles. I happen to have Stampin' Up! Circles, and I have squares, rectangles. You can use any shape you want. Doesn't have to be a circle. So I want to make one with Halloween in mind because I love making Halloween projects. So let me put this to the side. These are the digitals, the new digitals called Spooky Past. They are from Amy at Crafty Cat, and I absolutely love them. And so I wanted to try and make a tunnel book, like a rectangle one with rectangle dies. And you, like I said, you could do any shape you want, but I happen to have these rectangles. I'd like to try one with rectangles. So we're going to give it a try. The first thing, like I wanted to tell you, this is Spooky Past from Amy at Crafty Cat. And then on the back, I printed these with different kind of black and gray digitals that I found. And let me tell you, these digitals are from Etsy shop Release the Craftin', and they're called Dark and Stormy, and there's like 20 something different dies that you can print on the background. So that's what I did. I took like, this is maybe 65-pound cardstock, and I printed images on the front that I want to cut and start the book. Let's see, we're going to do, what did I write down here? We're going to do 7 pages. So 65-pound cardstock, pick out images that you want to start with. And you can see these are very cool images. I love them. Fall looking, look at that one. So I printed 6 images on the cardstock, and then I backed it with different designs from the Dark and Stormy digital kit that I got. And I'll link everything below, down below the video. So I put them in order because, once again, when I show you this book, the first page, you're going to cut your biggest image, your biggest shape, whether it be circle, square, rectangle, heart, whatever you want to cut. So as you go to each page, you're going to get smaller until the last page you're going to leave plain. Okay, so once you print your images, decide, are you going to make a 6x6 book, a rectangle book, what size book, what are you going to do, and then put them in order to, the biggest circle all the way down to the back, which would be no cutting out. It'll be your back of your book, okay, which would be this one. I think this is what I'm doing. I'm going to try it with this digital. Because I've seen people make them with the Tim Holtz, and how fun are those? I love them, but my challenge to myself is to make one using these digitals and then adding some other things to it, which I'll show you coming up. So I think right now what I'm going to do is figure out what my page will be. And now I know this is 8.5 by 11, so I know it's going to be 8.5 tall, and I'm probably going to cut these in half. So it'll be 5.5 by 8.5. It'll be a book. And like I said, I'm going to try rectangles that I have to cut these out. Okay, so let me get my cutter and let's get started cutting our papers. Let me get the cutter here. Okay, so now this is going to be my first page, and I think this was my first page. Was this my first page? Oh, maybe it wasn't my first. No, this was not my first page. Hold on. This is going to be my second to last. You know why? Because the smallest rectangle, I think I wanted this spider here to show. So I think I moved these around here. Let me see. Let me put this back here. Oh, this is going to be my first page. So let me cut this 5.5. That's going to be how wide I'm going to cut it. And then save these pieces because we're going to need to use more paper to make spines, okay? So let me just put that to the side. So this is going to be my biggest, my front page. And what I'm going to do is center this, at least try to center it. And believe it or not, I am cutting that little cute little ghosty boy out of there. But that's okay because you'll see what we're going to do. So that's going to be my first page. Okay, so let me put that aside. And then my second page, I like this guy. He reminds me of a show I used to watch, and maybe some of you gals are my age and you remember a soap opera when I was a teenager called Dark Shadows. I used to watch that show. I used to literally jump off the bus from school, run home because it started at 3:30 and I wanted to see it. Now, if you saw some of it now, it looks pretty lame right now, but back then it was awesome. And so this guy reminds me of Barnabas Collins. So I wanted to keep him in the book for sure. So let's cut this page. This will be my second page, I think. So this is going to be my, oh, maybe it won't be my second page because I don't want to cut him off. Hold on one second. Let me see what size die I could use that I won't cut him off. Nope. I just want to leave him on the page the best I could. Looks like it's going to be this one. I think that's going to be that's the third to the last, so I can keep him on there. Let's see. Or what I can do is trim some of this off and make it bigger that way. So let me try that because I really want to keep him in there. So let me cut off about, what is this? 1/4 inch. Let me start with that. Let's see what happens here. So then if I cut this at 5.5, that'll be here. And nope, it's got to be. And the thing is, you have to keep your dies always in the middle of your page, and that's how you get that tunnel look. It has to be exactly in the middle of your page, okay? So that's what I'm trying to figure out because I really don't want to cut him off. I'm going to call him Barnabas because I think that's what he looks like. So if I cut it there, see, it's not centered, so I'm going to cut a little bit more off. Let me cut another 1/4 inch. I don't know if I can get much more off. I don't want to cut too much more off of him. So let's see, that's pretty good. 5.5. So 5.5 would be there, cut there. And yeah, that might be good. Okay, so let me cut him 5.5 because that's all our pages are going to be 5.5 by 8.5. And see, they're all going to have that back on them. So when I center this, I'm going to be able to leave him on it. So I'm going to just leave this with this page, put it to the side. And then this page here is like a nice creepy fall forest. So I'm going to just cut this at 5.5. Cut this out, keep this page. And then this one could maybe be my second biggest, but let's see how that would look. That one, Okay, let's see what this, I'm going to cut this one too. Let me just put this to the side and let's cut this one at 5 1/2. And I'm going to break these videos up in a couple, maybe 2 or 3 videos, because otherwise it would be too long of a video. So let's see here. That might be nice to cut the next big one out of there. So then say this is going to be my front. Then the next biggest die will be this one. So I'll stack that up for myself. And then the next die will be this one. So I think I'm going to pick, not this one yet. Let's see. Maybe this one. Let's see. I leave it here. Let's see what this would look like. It's kind of fun auditioning these images to see. Now if I cut that one, that's going to cut the window out. That's kind of okay. Or if I go here, 5 1/2, I cut this part out. Well, you know what? I'm going to cut it 5 1/2. I think. Let's just cut these in half. 5 1/2. And then I can figure out which one, because either one would be really good. I like this one. It's got a lot of purple in there. So I kind of like that one. And that would cut there. Or this one would cut here. I don't know if it really matters right now. I'll just put it on here for now and put this to the side. So I'll stack those up. And now the next one would be here. Okay, let's see. Which one do I want for my last page? That'll be a plain page. I'm not sure yet. Thought I had them in order and I'm changing my mind. Well, I know this one I want to be the smallest. I want, what do I want? I want this one, I think I want this one to be the back page, and I want that spider to show. So I already marked where I wanted to cut this, I think. Yeah, okay, let me see. Hopefully I'm doing this right. If I marked it the way I wanted it, I think, I hope. If I cut that there, I'm hoping I did it right. See, these are going to be great pieces to use. So there, and where's my other pencil mark? I'm trying to find my pencil mark here. Okay. All right. See it? So that should be 5 1/2. I hope that centers my spider. I don't think it's going to, though. I think I probably measured wrong. But we'll go with it. Okay. There we go. So I cut the ladies off, but once you get this page done, you're not going to see. So this will be my last page, which will not get cut out, but the one in front of this page will. And that one will be, I don't know. I have to decide, don't I? Let's see here. I have these, and I have this die yet, and then the very last die to cut out. Okay, so I have to make a decision. Look at this page. Isn't this something? I love it. Okay, let's see. If we use this one, cut it at 5 1/2, it would cut there. And I really don't want to have to cut this out. That's too cool, right? Too cool of an image to get rid of. Although the lady would be out, but the skeleton, no, I can't cut it. Let's try this side here. If we cut this 5 1/2 there, then this would get cut in the middle, and I would still have that lady and pumpkin. So we're going to do that. Okay, this way this stays intact for now. So this page here, I will use this one on. And that's still, you have a lot of neat images around here. So that'll be the next one. Okay, putting them in order so I know where to cut. This is the last page because I'm hoping I'm going to probably use that page to cut the last one out. And when I cut that out, if I'm lucky, when this goes on top, we'll try to see at least part of the spider. That's my goal, okay? So last page, don't cut anything. Here's my smallest die that's going to be here. And then I have all the dies ready to go. So what I'm going to do is line them up on each page, exactly the same on each page, run them through my die cut machine, and I'm going to pause the video and then I'll be back and we'll start from there. Okay?